All right, just out at the tent here Sunday morning. Gonna just do a couple little fixes, brought the stove back out. Scouter James here, and we're just going to, how do you say, do a few fixes, a few repairs. Just calling for rain this week. I brought a tarp out. We're gonna put the tarp up and go from there, and just see what else we can do to get this thing a little more sturdy and stable for the weather we're about to have. All right, stove is in place. It's throwing the heat. She's pumping the heat. We got fire in the firebox going. Everything looks good. James is just lashing my bipod. I kept calling it tripod in the video. We got smoke coming out. It's actually nice and vertical. All right, so we're just gonna, attach some extra ropes here and there. We got things back up and running. Happy place again. All right, it's coffee time. We got some coffee going here.
Coffee with ashes.
Yeah, ash and everything else. Yeah. So this is what we've got. We added a little bit of extra strength on this side by putting a larger ridge pole on the side. And then we're putting the tarp on. This is a 12 by 20 tarp. That is hopefully gonna dash off any of the rain and any of the snow. Now we are no longer in the trees. The only tree that has any support is this front one. But then again, I have a bipod inside holding the front end up. So that shouldn't go anywhere, and we've got the single pole in the back. So we're totally free of any of the other trees, basically. So we're just gonna tie this tarp down onto the ground on both sides. And then that's probably ready for camp again.
It's gonna be a nice layer of extra insulation.
Yeah, that too. Extra insulation with that on. Yeah, that makes a big difference too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think that's sticking.
I got the goop underneath that though, not all the way. So I put it in the center.
Yeah.
Can feel the heat in here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Already. I guess not a normal winter day, I no means. All right, so things are looking good here. We've got the extra tarp all down, tied down. It's supposed to have rain in the next few days, so this tarp should help. This tarp has now added an extra insulation factor to the tent as well. The wolves are still going off and on. You can hear them in the bush. I'm actually just gonna make some balsam tip tea here once again. Just bear with me. We're gonna get this on here, the stove. So we've got, I don't know if you can see, inside here we've got the balsam branches. All right, I'm gonna put this on the stove. We're gonna put some water in. And we're just gonna let that steep here. And have some balsam tip tea. There we go. Let it do its thing here. See how long that takes. Stove's throwing a lot of heat. So I just got a couple more things to tie down. Check out. Then I may just head over to James and give him a hand on his tent. Take another look here. Now that we've got everything fastened down, tied down, I put an extra piece on the end to hold at the tripod down there to give it a little extra strength on that end. We did put a much larger ridge pole on the far side where the stove is. We've got this tarp on here nice now, so that should shed water quite easily actually, and the snow, I would hope, it adds a little bit of extra insulation to the tent. Of course, keeps us dry in there. Yeah, it looks good. I have to bring some flagging tape back out with me. I have some in the truck. But just to flag off some of these ropes here. All right, this is what we look like here on the end. So it's all good. Looks really good now. You know, the bit of damage that there was, I was able to use some of the gap filler and of course some Gorilla Tape, the glue, and it has held, because it is warm in here, so it has filled some of the holes. But it looks much better in here than it did when we originally put it up. So, you know, just again looking at the pole at this end, right, look at it. And of course we left the bi-pole at this side. We moved it over just a bit. It's a bit of a pain in the door, but nonetheless it's adding that extra strength that we need on this end. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly just do a bit more cleaning up. And then I think I'm going to head down to James and give him a hand on his tent, since he come up and helped with this one. And we'll see what happens. It's supposed to rain most of this week. And what we'll do is we'll see how everything holds out at the end of this week, or partway through the week, see if I can make it up and in here. Pour myself another cup of balsam steeped tea, tip tea. All right. Lots of snow falling out of the trees everywhere around you. You can hear it falling. The dogs have gotten quiet. Every now and again I hear a few howling from the bush, but for the best part, quiet. For a look here at the camp, like I say, I'm just shutting things down. Shutting things down here. Take one more look around. I just stirred up the stove inside, get the coals going, so it can go out. A look underneath, you know, as we look around with our tarp on. So that should shed water. You can see it already, you know, doing its thing here. So that's all right. That should work quite well. Still debating on tying that down, but we're tied off good. Tent shouldn't come forward if it does, because it's tied. It shouldn't go backwards because it's tied. Again, looking at this side, much better than it was. Right, so everything looks really, really good. Quick look inside here. It's nice and warm in here. It's going to be, though, the temperatures aren't that bad. Not that bad. It's bloody mild, actually. Bit of a tear in this corner. I think I'll patch that up too. So yeah, it's been a good day. So just want a quick look around.